Yeah, I've returned again. I had to get up before I started the actually doing things, but now I've appeared. Yeah, here we have a possible early visit from the Kirim. And then we have the Nymphias. Is the Peanut Zero coming in with the prime sub E. Much thank you, welcome. We got inbound connection. We have Crease VT dropping in here. Hello. The 32123. Yeah. Then we have the egoist. The X underscored egoist. But so we usually don't talk about the X and the underscore. Always coming in with the bits. Hello. Used to be an egoist once. An ex-egoist. And then we took a Mesaka to the face. No, wait, that's not right. That's not right. Did you just get Mesaka? Oh, whoa. Oh, I don't know why, but this entire day, I'd wake up breathless. Just go to sleep early. All you need to do is put Mesaka on while you sleep. I'm sure I'll make you go to sleep. You must sleep. You must sleep. 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 What the heck is this effect? Also, hello and welcome to the Azrael IO. Well, I am so tired, I'll tell you what. I have no idea what I did. But I'm like worn all the way out. All the way. Yay. Ooh, this is sort of what the E. Wait, erroring me. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, oh no. Misaka has encountered a critical error and has to close. Press any key to continue. Really, it's just an excuse for me to drink water. Hello? The buffer? Are you there? We have to ring the buffer up. Get it on the tally. The buffer flew. Over the flu. And so hello and welcome to the Sergeant Pepper and the Yuki Vici, whom I kind of neglected to mention or say hello to earlier. I don't know why I do that. I kind of zone out. I zone out. I'm like watching all the crazy creatures. Crazy creatures. I was watching the Yuki Vici stream earlier. Lurking there. Can't really. I don't remember what the hell I was doing. Something. I feel like it was just kind of sitting. Kind of wake up. Just sort of waking up to ash and dust. I had like the weirdest, most unusual dream. don't remember today? Operating on like 2 hours of sleep? That's kind of eek. I think I spent most of like yesterday awake after like I don't know. It was something on the order of like 3 hours of sleep. And then I had to like get up again. But then after all that, I think I managed to get some extra sleep today. Yeah. Don't know if the long stream ever helps. Nope, definitely not. The roadblocks, these are truly, truly something to be like concerned with. Very extremely. Sometimes you just kind of have to like I don't know, solve the problem. Get that rust beating you up. That borrow checking. Borrowing you into the next day. And then the eek. I almost feel like we need to like also shout out the sergeant. The Sergeant Pepper works on all sorts of rust. Was it recently? Rust and Godot? Some sort of interesting combination that I've never like seen. Dare say that's slightly impressive. Welcome, welcome to the Melaneth and the colonoscopy. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Much welcome, welcome, welcome. We just got everybody dropping in today. Godo, Rodo, Rusdo, Crabdo, that Crabdo. That Crabdo. The Carbdo. Crabdo. Cause Rust has a mascot. Ferris. And Ferris is like a crab. So if you integrate Rust with Godot, the dough, it's crab dough. I don't know. I don't know. This is just how I connect things. This is just sort of how we connect things, I guess. Got free random numbers. Completely failed. I think we had some people try the AI before. It doesn't. I don't think it works. I don't think it works. I think the infrastructure is too esoteric and too niche that the AI don't understand what they're looking at. Like the actual final output has like a ton of different layers. Like first you have to understand like the wave 2 architecture, and then you have to understand how to convert the wave 2 architecture into like a program. And then you have to convert the wave 2 assembly into like hexadecimal. And then after you have hexadecimal, then you can apply per word compression or hex transliteration to turn it into like the runes. Very, very complex. Squee. Very squee. The hexa? The hexa digital? The hexa digital. No underscores or anything. Very important. Very, very important. In fact, we may or may not be lurking there right now. You never know. You never know what I have on the other screen. I'm just gonna put that off to the side. Too sneaky. Too sneaky. I also have Aaron from when Yuki raided out. Because of course. Because of course. Of course, of course. And we also have Meisaka, because that's also important. Zoom, 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 zoom. Where can we put this? Can we put this like here? Gotta lurk on Meisaka. That's important, right? Right? I also have the Meisaka video producer. Because, I've been downloading these and then trying to put them on YouTube. So, yeah. That's been one of my side projects. Is to maybe get caught up on the VODs. Putting them out on the YouTube. I don't like YouTube. YouTube kind of sucks. Like, I upload the video, and then the YouTube dashboard just kind of sits there. And it says your video is processing. And it just keeps saying that your video is processing. But it doesn't tell you when or how long, and the next thing you know, it's been like 3 days and it's still processing, and you're questioning whether or not it's actually doing anything at all. And at that point, it's like, do I just re-upload the thing? And I don't know. I don't know if we re-upload the thing or not. Hello, hello, hello. To the Kirim underscore. Yeah, I'm like, I got my dashboard here. And I'm like, we could try refreshing this. But it's like this one kind of got like copyright block in it, partially. I was like, oh, edit. I told it to edit. And it's just been sitting there saying that it's still processing. And it's been like that for like the past 3 or 4 days now. And I don't know if it's actually processing or not. Since we're in the department of shouting people out, maybe next on the list we should throw colonoscopy in there. I have been noticing occasionally showing up on the various green circle areas. Very, very. In a couple of different ways. I sort of feel like this is, this actually brings up something that I think about every so often. It's like, you have the green circle. And the green circle has like different, I guess you could call them subgroups almost. Like series of people that kind of like hang out together occasionally. Probably from, I don't know, prior to becoming part of the circle, I would guess. The L colonoscopy. Oh, that's a good one. E. But yeah, you got like colonoscopy usually shows up in like the salad forest prod z pod cluster. Who else shows up in that cluster? I don't know. I don't know exactly. A couple of different people. Couple of different people. Like almost everyone will like kind of lurk on each other's streams. I don't know, it's an interesting dynamic. Very, very interesting dynamic. Hop in for a little bit in the prod. Prod Zed pod. You know. I don't remember the last time we did a shout out for the prod. Maybe we need to do that. Maybe. Because if you're not checking out the Prod Z pod, then like E? E? Very E. Usually I kind of have a hard time catching the prod streams because I'm usually like asleep. I sleep a bunch. Quite a lot. So. If you were here at all during my last stream, I was working on like these like ring buffer, the IO U ring interface to read like a huge conglomerate of input devices. We pull them and then we like put read requests into them. And you may or may not have remembered that like I was having failures, issues with requests failing. I don't know if you can tell or not, but the program is sitting over here in the corner, running. And we're moving the mouse around and stuff, and there's no more failures. Which means that I have no doubt figured it out. Because of course. Magic. Absolute magic. Totally 100% magic. I don't actually think that it's magic. It's memset. The magic line is memset 0. Yep, that's it. Yep, this one thing. Yep, now we can. Yep. Hello and welcome to the Comrade Soul. Memset 0. Very highly important. Because apparently some field wasn't getting cleared out or something. And I did that, and all of my problems disappeared. All of them. So that's kind of interesting. Kind of sort of interesting. So then if we build the program with some sort of output debugging, we can actually like see all of the events. And they don't. They don't cause any problem. They do not pizza. Get all the events. All of them. All of them. So yeah. I added memset, and we set the structures that we grab to 0 before we fill them in. And this seems to be like a solution to like most of all of my problems. It's kind of wild. It's kind of sort of wild. So all the devices, they just kind of work. Whenever life gives you a problem, memset 0. I don't know if this is actually good life advice or not, though. It's 2 different outputs. What are you, scan code? And what are you, key code or something? Maybe? That's what it kind of looks like. It's kind of what it looks like. Like, ooh. Anyways, now that I've done that, maybe we pick some different music to listen to. 'Cause I just realized I have this on loop still. From when I went to sleep. Very eek. Cannot stay. This is fine. You might be able to catch me tomorrow. There's a chance that I might just keep going for a while. You never know. I always appreciate people dropping in, though. For real, for real. Oh, where do I play the song? Which song? Where do we want this song? It was like up here. I want to listen to this. Yeah, that one. Oh, so many yawns. I'm probably going to be yawning quite a bit yet. Got some of that yawn. Not enough yawn. Sure, I'm sure some more yawning will happen. Probably, probably. Oh, where's my window with all the reference? You. Success? I don't remember if I was like looking for anything in particular or not. So I might just need to just, I don't know, clean some of this stuff up. Are you DMA something or other? And where are you? Event? Yeah, something. Event interface. think there were like some IO control calls that I could do. Like we get device names, for example. We get physical location. Unique identifier, device properties. Key code, repeat settings, device ID, driver version. Multi-touch slot values. We got global key state. All LEDs. All switch states. Event bits. Absolute value limits. Grab or release device. The event mask. Clock ID. I don't think there's any more IO controls. That's about it. Number of effects playable. So we have force feedback stuff. Values. Event bits. Event bits. I don't know if I use this or not. Oh, we do. We use bits. Use the bits. Okay, what else do we have? Switch states. Sound status. The LEDs. You know, I'm kind of curious, like, if we have keyboard-like device. If it properly conveys LEDs or not. Let's see, number lock and caps lock, those don't seem to make much of a difference. What about number lock? Nope, you're about the same thing. Very, hmm. Very, too many, like absolute values. Those might be kind of, this might be kind of useful. The LEDs, that might be kind of useful. I don't know what that data looks like though. I mean, I guess we could just like run these, see what they spit out. Maybe. Possibly, maybe, probably. We got device ID. We got key maps. A very handy compose key. I mean, you could, in theory, configure certain physical keys to do certain things, but like, do you have like a physical compose key, or do you have to like configure your keyboard? Like, do you configure this at like the keyboard level, like in the firmware or whatever? Send the compose scan code, or is it done in software? Like, software receives write alt and pretends like it's the compose key. This is kind of like the thing that I am like more unsure of or not. Because like if I need to support that in software, for example, then I would. Otherwise, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Look, the only time that, like, I've heard of a physical compose key actually sends the compose scan code be like on IME compatible keyboards. But like that's not too important, I don't think. Default resolution. Units per millimeter. Rotational axes is reported in units per radian. Units per G. And then units per degree per second. The sorcery of the codes? The codes? The codes. I'm building an input layer for Linux. Like an input. It's supposed to like read all of the input devices and decode the resulting inputs into like different sorts of events and whatnot. So I'm trying to like read about what all the input devices are. Figure out how all the I/O controls work. Yawn. I just kind of woke up not too terribly long ago, like maybe a few hours. I'm still yawning. I have so much yawning. So if I run this, it does things. It does lots and lots of things. Like this, for example, is some test code for like mouse coordinates. So if we build this one, it gives sort of relative, sort of absolute-ish mouse coordinates. Kind of, sort of. kind of, sort of. I don't know if I'd want to leave them in that kind of format, though. These are like raw values, though. Normally, the mouse will often get what is called acceleration. So, like, if you move the mouse faster, it will, like, pick up speed. Not entirely sure how it's supposed to work. Terrible hack. A terrible, terrible hack. I'm sort of curious whether or not there is acceleration on the pointer or not. Like, I don't really know how to tell. I can't often tell. What I can tell, though, is that there is some level of, like, well, at least I think there's some level of desync. I don't know. It's very hard to tell. We gotta shake the Miku. Like, my coordinates, the ones that I calculate, versus, like, what the actual cursor is doing, seem to suggest there's, like, some level of acceleration. Because, like, my cursor has stayed on the screen, but my program's calculated values, which are like raw mouse coordinates, I guess you could call them, they seem to suggest that we are way off the edge of the screen. So I think that my desktop is doing some form of mouse acceleration. I'm a little bit curious what the coordinates would look like without any kind of acceleration. And now I'm a little bit too curious. Like, do you do pointer acceleration in here. Set the acceleration profile for the specified input device. Adaptive or flat? We got pointer acceleration. I don't know what that one does. I guess it would be acceleration profile. But then which device is it? Maybe sway message would let me tell. Get inputs. And then we want the mouse. Which one would I use? Would I use input device? Or would I use identifier? I think we use identifier. Which is the fuzzy algorithm. Hello, hello, hello. I think I also want to grab my keyboard and see if I can't enable the stupid, like, numlock thing. That evil? Got too much of that evil? Very E? Maybe some of that hydration? You maybe? No sound. I don't know if that's the kind of sound that we want to include with the apple. Technically, the bad apple is more of a bad apple kind of sound. Was my reload key? I never remember because I don't use it very often. Shift C? Mod Shift C? I don't think I can flick the mouse away over to the side anymore. E? So if I move my weird virtual pointer over right of the screen, these should what? Sort of line up? I mean, it's not perfect. But it's closer. It's much closer than what it was. I think it's just a matter of like running into the side of the screen. Double background music mode. Okay, maybe none of that. Maximum chaos. Maximum chaos. Got some of that high quality something or other. High quality something or other. Yeah, let's go with high quality something or other. And then the other thing that we need to do is figure out how to turn keyboard into something meaningful. It's what a rel. It's what an EV key. What our key? Actually, this one should probably also be like a switch. Although switch case seems to indent funny in my protocol, so I don't know. These are one. Or MISC. MISC are 4. Yeah, scan codes. Das Ultimate Keyboard. To be honest, if I were to get like another keyboard, it would be like some sort of split ergonomic keyboard. I think. Something with a significant incline, I think. I like how the keys sound. They're very, you know, raw, kind of. The keys be kind of raw. Raw and snappy. I like the raw and snappy. But they're not overtly clicky. A lot of like modern keyboards sound like you're, I don't know, typing on a, I guess, I don't know what it's, how to even describe it other than like a block of wood covered in a moist sponge or something. And then you're whacking it. It's kind of Actually, I don't know how to, I don't know how to describe this sound, but like I don't care for it. I like the snappy keyboards. I assume this is like key down. But then what would the code for that be? Wait, these are the key codes, right? Right? Yeah. And then I guess the value would be whether we're down, up, or repeat. I think that's how it works. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. Hello. Command, hello? Very command, very hello. So I could look up the keys in my giant keyboard list. Maybe. A giant keyboard list. Yeah, that's a word. Insomnia. Who's to say that I have any insomnia? It'd be kind of crazy. A bit kind of crazy. Let's see, where are my tables? Table, oh, keys. Where are you at, keys? I got the array of all the keys. All the keys array. That should be in the all the keys span. Some of the Gomoko. Hello, hello, and welcome. To the Lotus Kushan. The Dilophosaurus Dino wants to know if I want to know about the dinosaurs. Everybody knows that the dinosaurs are either fuzzy or covered in feathers. They're basically just birds, but like bigger. And they may or may not also be reptiles. Maybe birds are reptiles. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Programming language do the dinosaurs use? I have no idea. Rawr. I don't know. I feel like there'd probably be like some ancient language. Maybe there's something else that makes for a good punchline, but I'm not sure. I have no idea. What's it called? All the keys. All 617 keys. Oof. Interlude algorithm. Dino? There's like a JavaScript runtime called Dino. Or Deno, or however it's called. I don't know about there being like an actual language called Dino, though. Found it, huh? Maybe they use Dreambird. Or maybe they don't. I don't know. Binary search? I don't know if that's what I want. So I want some sort of like find. Use find. Maybe? Value the sequence. I feel like there's more. Maybe it was like ranges find or something. I don't remember. binary search, and then there's like find. We're just gonna use find. Give it all the keys. The value is gonna be the event code, I think. Why is this not in here? Key info. Key info. ID. Why is ID an int? Is this supposed to be an int? I don't know if that's supposed to be an int. Wait, all the keys. End. I guess we would want to display the key code, maybe? Probably. Yeah. Otherwise, if we do find a key code, we should have like the name of the string, I think. What do you a string view? I think it would be value 1, maybe? Maybe? Left shift, right shift, control. Looks pretty key-like to me. C++ borrow checker. Well, really, there's no such thing. There's absolutely no such thing. This symbol here is called a reference. It introduces a reference. Just kind of like a pointer. But your object doesn't have to be dereferenced. So on the API, when these things get passed around, they get passed around as pointers more often than not. Unless unless the compiler knows where you got the value from, and it can just sort of like leave it in context or whatever. But Rust, when Rust comes along, Rust also has pointers and references. But references in Rust also usually carry with them like the whole borrow checking phenomenon. And they basically took the syntax from C++ for references. So it's no coincidence that it kind of looks that way. You get to look at all my keys. All of the keys. Oh, what if the keys and like the mouse values were just kind of coalesced in some way? Like instead of doing this format thing. About we use string stream. Yeah. Yeah, string stream. Or maybe it's not, yeah, I don't know. Eek. And then we'll hang off like mouse. Rel X. Rel Y. Then we'll put maybe carriage return. Probably. And then instead of doing log f, we will get string. Do you know string? I feel like you're supposed to give me a string or something. Undefined template. What do you mean undefined template? Are you not the thing? I thought you were the thing. It's you. You're supposed to be the thing. string view. Yeah, why don't we grab the string view? And then we'll just write. That should be standard output. View data, view size. Maybe, probably. That's not what we want to do. We want to rebuild. The update rate is improved, but like... if it's too short, then it kind of clips. It kind of clips off the side. A bit. Yeah, uh-huh. So I don't know that we want it to like clip off the side like that. Fine. Maybe. One of those ANSI codes. Yeah, we could do... is it E? This thing? Do the CSI? And then we want to race to... end of the line. Actually, technically we could put this over here. So now it will be nice and clear. Even if it's very, very short. We can potentially put the mouse in exactly the place where it started. Number go down to 0. Right there. It says demo licks. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Now, in theory, I could do something similar for a keyboard. Kind of. Probably. Probably. Barbecue sauce with spaghetti sauce. That sounds too much. That sounds like too much. I don't, yeah, I don't know if that's a good combination. I don't think that's a very good combination. So I almost want to like put string. Also, hello and welcome to the Sin Bleed and the Panda from Tekken 8. Hi, hi. Complete the portal. Complete the portal. Skip this one. Actually, I think we might just go. No, I like some of those. You make key history. Whipped cream. What kind of chemistry are we trying to pull off here? Or no, what if it's a deck? A deck of key history and we like struct. Some struct here. We have, let's see, an index. The code? We're not hosting the code. I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. I don't know if that's gonna happen anytime soon or not. Let's see, what do we got? We got the table index. Aligned long. We got an aligned long. Trying to pack the structure. I don't know if we need to pack the structure though. I don't even know if we need a 32 index for the structure. The keys. The keys be very kind of, maybe something else. They could be like 16. Because we got key code. And then maybe also table index. maybe, probably, perhaps. Maybe, sort of, probably, perhaps. So instead of like shoveling the keys onto the console, which is I don't know, it's a thing. We'll put them in this key history thing. So point the key code at U. History entries. That's not how this works. Well, that is not how this works. The deck is... A deck is a heap object. I need to put this here. Yeah, the key... table index. I want to get rid of those, maybe? Actually, I might want those for something. I'm not sure, though. I'm not sure what, though. What do we want? We want to... Not standard, just static cast. Static cast down to maybe UINT 16. That should never be more than 16. 16 bits of index. Each index only goes up to like 600 something. It's fine. It's fine. It's kind of sort of fine. And I think we'll do this string stream thing. Anyways, if the key history goes over... How many? 20? We'll like pull items out so it never exceeds that. An LRU with eviction. That's pretty extravagant for what I want to use this for. Definitely. It's definitely going a little bit extreme there. This is just meant to be like some sort of simple display. So we got keys, and then all of the keys in the history. You want to display those. Lots of function pointers, raw macros. Oh dear, the macros. Always with the macros. I'd be one to talk though. I use some really crazy macros even in my C++ programs. Like all my tables are generated with some pretty hideous macros. A lot of my Vulkan engine also uses some pretty crazy macros. Generate like the lists of functions as well as the strings that load them. The mouse coordinates? That would not make sense. Nope, not at all. This is just for keys. Let's see here. If this is not... whatever the hell this number is, then it references a key. Why is it references just a key code? -1. Why are you -1? Why is not 0 being turned into -1? Who thought that was like a good idea? Who thought that was a good idea? Ay, 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 ay. I mean, I know it's bitwise not, but like the fact that it elides constants like that. Like maybe it would work if I put like some suffixes on it or some nonsense. I don't know. I don't want to fight it. We're just going to use the unsigned constant. That's fine. What do we do here? Press. We want to grab the table index. And then we want to get the span from all the keys. And then I think we like either we dereference this or we grab something out of, yeah, we grab the name out of there. Otherwise we just put the key code. Are we trying to probe the Mesaka? Ay-ya-ya, ay-ya-ya, ay-ya-ya. Yeah, so we'll delete those. Not the dirt. No, with 3,000 years. 3,000. No, wait, that doesn't make sense. Ring all the buffers. A little bit. Maybe a little bit. Hello and welcome to the Moalan and the Sleepy Wade. Let's grab my silly clear the line thing. Put that in there. Put that in there, and then maybe this display code also? Yeah. That topic can go very, 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 very wrong. Why do I store the history? Because I don't like things being all rammed up on a line. I want to make the display look kind of nice. Like, this is absolutely 100% just a feature for debugging. So now if we have like a bunch of left shift operators, those are too long. It'd be like, oh no. It'd be like, oh no. Now you can sort of see what keys I press in Vim. Kind of, but not really. It kind of rolls around if there's too many keys. Too many keys. Up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. Hello and welcome to the Polyglitch. We were, in fact, able to stop the mouse from crashing or corrupting the ring. Everything works good now. Everything works very good now. High resolution scroll? I think my mouse might have high resolution scroll, but not that high of a resolution of a scroll. Like, I think it... I'm pretty sure it generates the high-res events, but maybe it doesn't. I didn't look. I did not look. Where is it? Gaze upon the ring. No, it was, get next SQE from ring. The secret sauce is a mem set. And we just clear the SQE structure before we fill it in. So any like untouched fields will default to 0. Because I'm pretty sure all of my operations that fill stuff in are not touching all of the appropriate fields. They're not getting all cleared out. Which is problematic. So I think there was some random junk in the SQEs, and this was causing the issue that I was having last stream. That's sort of eek. That's kind of how we fix it. Kind of, sort of. Where was I with the devices? Yeah. We gotta move all this ring stuff into its own file. Probably sooner rather than later. Let's see, we have, what do we have? A wheel? High res. I think. And then I guess we grab EV value. Maybe? While. I don't think that's the word I want. Nope, definitely not. You know, maybe we make our debug output look like not a big mess. Possibly. Possibly. I don't even know how I would do that. I would have to actually decode some of the keys or something. Like, actually map them. That would be pretty impressive. I don't know that we want to map the keys, though. At least not yet. Either that or I find some library to do that for me. Yeah. So do you support wheel? So it's not a very high resolution wheel. It's a very clicky wheel, but it does send high-res effects. Sort of. Some of that hydrate. I'm gonna get some of that hydrate. You know, technically, key history being what it is. All these things can actually just be static. Like globals of some kind. They're not really device specific. I used to listen to these songs all the time. Like, I think prior to like running my own playlist in like VLC or whatever, some of my ancient streams, I used to have, what was it? I think it was like Pandora or something. I get Perfume, the band, in my playlists. Kind of miss some of my what's it called? There's some songs from my Pandora playlists that I don't have downloaded, and I don't have them in my local playlist thing. Yeah, that thing. That thing. Yep. That thing. That lovely thing. Got some of that meta. Some of that meta. Let's see where you are the compose key. I wondered what you did. So you're the one responsible for sending the compose key code. Who knew? Who knew? Just press all the keys. You'll learn way more than trying to, like, stop clawing at me. Eee. How much E? So much E. I kind of want modifiers, I think. Like we could do, I don't know, shift. Control. Alt. The meta, as they call it. Or should I go the bit route? Bit field route is maybe a better option. Because then we could have like combinations of tracking like left and right shift but separately, but have then check for either. Maybe I do that. Maybe I do that. Maybe I make them constants. Turn them into const expression unit 32. And it can be what, 1 left shift by 0. Sure, maybe. But no, we want the right shift here. Well, like interleave them. Yeah. Interleave all of them. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think. And then we have like a composite, which is left shift or right shift. Up here, what do you alt? Left alt. Right alt. Meta. I keep typing mode. It's not mode. It's mod. Very mod. And we have what's it called? Key mods. Key mod status. Eek. A mod status. Yeah. Yeah. Handle input. So too much so. I mean, another way of potentially doing some of this just be to go and change the table